Her name is Alma Van Reed, and she's here to talk about the book that we just finished that is currently on sale in town. The chamber just got a big load of them, so if you want a copy of the book, go to the chamber. And if you want us to sign them, if you'll get it to me on one Rotary, I'll bring it home, get it signed, and get it back to you. So without further ado, my mother, I'm running out of family members to bring to Rotary. So I'm going to turn it over to my mom.
So basically, it's a little bit about stories of the people who helped build Eunice, who were instrumental in Eunice. They wanted notorious people too, and I said, "Oh, we have none." Oh, they didn't believe me, but I just didn't like that concept either. I think we have so many outstanding examples of people, interesting things, that we don't need to dwell on the infamous and the bad people, so to speak. There are a lot of stories of them, though, you know. However, we pulled names and we got these people and we went with that. Anyway, here's a picture that we got of Coach Joe. And if you don't know it, he was a real hero. He really was. Documented. This is from an LSU newspaper. We can't use it. That's understandable. It'd take a lot of work, but I didn't want Grouchy over there to start fussing at me about how much work it would take. The old Masonic Hall, the one, it was on Park before they built the brick structure. Written on why people insisted on writing on the photographs when there's a perfectly good back. That sort of moved it down in the desirable category. But it was from a book, we couldn't use it. The postcard, you've probably seen this before, that brought in a lot of technical issues, a lot of copyright issues. How many of you know what this is? Have you ever seen a pig being scalded or the butchery? Anyway, this was turned out because it was a terrible picture. I think you worked on it a lot to try to get it usable, but it didn't pass the cut. Again, another really bad image. This is from an internet image. Charlie Wine got it off of the internet. It's his father. No names, no identifications. I do know they were working at the cotton gin, the ones on the other side. These were at the Newell Lumberyard, which was a precursor of May Brothers. No identifications. Most of the time we have to skip those. This one I love. I absolutely love the picture. Look at her hat. Look at her cigarette hanging in her mouth. What is she doing? I think she's straightening his sock, but I'm not real sure. But we couldn't identify it, and I really wanted to use that one. That one's a good picture. Rotary, big picture. Some of you have seen it. Couldn't get enough information in time to go with that. These are some of the publishable pictures, and some that we use.
That was a good reason to reject that one.
We asked.
You didn't put that. Y'all didn't reject that one.
We asked the chancellor for a picture. Well, I thought we'd get something really nice in a suit. This is what it came. Oh well. Some of you may know that Frankie LaFleur was a cheerleader at LSU. His story's in the book, and Tom. Mr. Gurney was a prisoner of war in Germany. Jimmy Edwards, one of our parish council members. Jean McManus, you probably all run into Jean or run away from her soliciting for Imagination Library. But she worked hard and did her job and got a great grant. We picked out our favorite stories. What stories did we like best? I had a real difficult time because there were some that were really good. I would love to have had the story of Count Yoga, who came to teach golf to Eunice men, and he had revolutionized the teaching of the sport and had turned it into such an easy way to always win. Could not find a picture of him. Imagine that, Count Yoga. This is another one of my favorites. Do any of you know the story of Mr. Lahey with the endangered species, the whooping crane that he found and nurtured and donated to the Audubon Park Zoo? He saved a species. There were 28 left in Louisiana. The hurricane blew a lot of them in, most of them died, but I think her name was Josephine. Anyway, she survived, and he's on this side. I'm sure that's a favorite dog. And then the other man, the tall man, was Remy Vidrine, who was the mayor of, and his father-in-law, mayor of Oakdale, I believe. And this is Van's favorite.
This is my favorite story. Everybody else in the book is either dead or I work for them.
With the horse's ass.
This is like my first brush with celebrity fame. You know, the Clydesdales came to Eunice, and to me, they were like a celebrity. And I was young, and I got to go see them, and I was like I was seeing a movie star, you know, because I only saw them on television or in ads and in magazines and stuff. So I had completely forgotten about this, and we were at someone's house looking for another photograph of Eunice High burning down. And they pulled out a bunch of pictures, and this picture was in there, and I had to have this picture in the book. Because like I said, to me, this was my first brush with a celebrity. And even though they didn't sign autographs or anything like that, it was just a special moment I'll never forget, and that's why I liked it. And I actually had to fight to get this picture in the book. Our index ran a little long, and we were limited to how many entries could be in the index. So we had to either cut a page and add on to the index, or we had to cut the index. Well, nobody uses the index anyway, so we cut the index so I could have my Clydesdales.